Good morning, parents, and good morning, grade 3 learners. I hope that it's going very well on this beautiful Friday. We are here for another maths lesson, so you can get your books and open it on page 100. Okay guys, page 100. So the target is 400. So the previous worksheets in this week, we did the target for 300. So now we are just moving on to 400. Okay, so again, this page, this time we're going to continue counting from 300 up until 400. So you're going to do the same. It says you say as you go, meaning count while you are writing. 301, 302. So count while you are writing. Okay, so just continue counting up until 400, and at the bottom, this time they end with 400, so just continue counting the first 10 numbers after 400. So it's 400, 401, 402, up until there. Okay, then page 101, page 101. We're going to count forwards and backwards. So at A, counting forward from 300 in tens. That's the important word in that sentence. You are going to count in tens. So each time you are adding tens. You don't have to work out the amount you have to add. It already tells you the amount you have to add. So it's 300 plus 10. 300 plus 10 is 310. 310 plus 10 is 320. So you're going to count forwards in tens. At B, you're going to count back in tens. Backwards. So this time they are starting at 400 and you minus 10 each time. 400 minus 10 is 390. 390 minus 10, 380. So you're going to continue minusing 10 each time. At the bottom, again, we have hundreds, tens, units. Hundreds, tens, units. They've already separated the hundreds from the tens from the units. You now have to take them and add them together. 300 plus 20 plus 4 is 324. So they separated already. You don't have to separate them. You just have to add them together. Each one has hundreds, tens, and units. Okay, when you are done, you take all these answers and you have to write them in order from the smallest to the biggest. So look at all the answers, find the smallest one, write it first, and continue ending with the biggest number at the end. Okay guys, page 102, the last page of the day. It says weighing in. So whenever you want to weigh something, we call that the mass of something. The mass of the cup or the mass of the water bottle. So when you ask someone, what is the mass of your bag? Then you know they want to find out what does the bag weigh. Now, very important, when we look at mass, it can be weighed in two different measures. When something is very heavy, like a person or an animal, when something is very heavy, it is weighed in kilograms. Kilograms. Kilograms is the mass for something that's very heavy. We also call it kg. Remember, we call that the abbreviation to shorten a big word. Kilograms. Now we use kilograms when something is very heavy, like when you want to weigh yourself, it will be weighed in kilograms because you are over the point where it's grams. Okay, even when you are born, even when you were a little baby and you were born, you weighed kilograms. Not a lot, 2 to 3 kilograms, but you were still weighed in kilograms. So human beings and animals, especially big animals, are weighed in kilograms. Okay, but there are some small animals that are weighed in the other one, and that is when something is very light, we weigh them in grams. That's how we measure that. Okay, so grams, the abbreviation for grams, it's only a G, is when something is very light. For example, a water bottle, it's very light. It's not over a kilogram, so this bottle will be measured in grams. Okay, if you want the weight of that bottle. Okay, the same with some smaller animals. For example, when I bought my little puppy, she was very, very tiny. She was not over a kilogram. She weighed grams, something like 400 grams. She was very tiny. The same with a bag of sugar. A bag of sugar is not very heavy. You get bags of sugar that's over a kilogram, but the smaller bags is usually grams. The same with when your mom bakes cake or cupcakes or anything like that, and in the ingredients, in the instructions, it will say you need 250 grams of salt or 250 grams of baking powder. Okay, then you use grams because it's something light. But for now, we're going to use kilograms because it's heavier objects. Okay, so let's see. Add some kilograms because we are busy with weight, with mass. Okay, so 78 kilograms. Remember, we don't write the whole word. We call this the abbreviation, kg. So 78 kilograms plus 14 kilograms plus 5 will then give you 97. So that's what you have to do over there. You're going to start with 78 plus the 14 plus 5 more to get the answer on this side. Okay, so that's what you're going to do there. This number plus this number plus this number to get your answer. This number plus this number plus this number to get your answer. So that's what you're going to do over there. Then at the bottom, rounding off and adding. Now it says here, think smart. Okay, so remember, like I've always told you, when you do maths, you have to read, you have to understand before you can do. Because if you do not understand, you're going to do it wrong. Okay, so sometimes you need to reread over and over to understand eventually. If it takes more than 2 readings, then do it. Okay, so here we have a jackal, a tortoise, a baboon, a baby zebra, and a pelican. A pelican is a type of bird. Next to the animal name, we have the kilograms that each of them weighs. Okay, the jackal weighs 25. This one weighs 98, 59, 88, and the pelican weighs only 9. Now we have 3 questions at the bottom using these pictures. So round off the mass. Remember, the mass is either kilograms or grams. Because we are only busy with kilograms, we're going to use kilograms. So round off the mass of each animal to the nearest 10 kilograms. Now remember, we have done this before in the class as well, rounding off to the nearest 10. So don't let the number 10 confuse you. Okay, when they say to the nearest 10, they mean, for example, I'm going to use separate numbers than those ones. Let's say we have the number 17 and they want us to round it off. It means we either have to round it off to 20. The nearest 10 actually means that the number should end with a 0. Okay, and this side we have 10. Now, if we think of the number 17, is the number 17 closer to 20 or is the number 17 closer to 10? It's closer to 20. So if we round that number off, it would have rounded off to 20 because 17 is closer to the 20. Let's say it was the number 13. Is number 13 closer to 20 or closer to 10? It's closer to 10. So if we wanted to round off 13, 13 would have become 10. So that's what rounding off means. Remember at the beginning of the year, we also drew a line. You can do that as well to help you. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, on this line, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to leave those two open. Okay, now here's the middle. So when you want to round off a number, let's say the number 32. And it tells you, please round off 32 for me. Look at the second number. Look at the second number. So, okay, so you have to look at the second number in the number. And this number will tell you to round it off to either, okay, we have the number 32, so we're either going to round it off to 40 or to 30. So then you look at the second number. The second number is number 2. So number 2, is it closer to 30 or is it closer to 40? And number 2 is closer to 30. So if we want to round that one off to the nearest 10, it will be 30. Let's say it was a different number. Let's say it was the number 38. We are still going to look at the second part. It's 38. Now, 8, is it closer to 40 or is it closer to 30? It's closer to 40, so then it will be rounded off to 40. So that's what it means when they tell you to round it off to the nearest 10. It shouldn't be the number 10. It should be the nearest 10, as in it should now end with a 0. Okay. So, each animal, guys, each animal should be 10. You don't have to rewrite jackal, the word jackal. For example, you can just do 25. Now, if it's on the dot, if it's on the middle, it will always go to the biggest number. Just remember that. That's very important. If it ends on the 5, we will use the biggest number. So 25 will then become 30. Okay. So you do not have to rewrite the name of the animal. You can just write the number, comma, then you go to the next one. So each number now has to be rounded off to the nearest 10. You can draw these lines to make it easier for you. Okay, question 2. Write the mass of each animal in order from light to heavy. Remember, the mass is what they weigh. So again, use these numbers to write them from the lightest one to the heaviest one. Which one is the lightest one? And end with the heaviest one. Final question, estimate. What does estimate mean again? We've done this before this week. It means to guess. So guess the total mass of the 5 animals. The total mass means all the animals together. So you are going to add all these numbers together. Remember, you're going to guess. So you don't have to actually do it. You're going to guess what all the animals together will be. Okay guys, so that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend and we will see you again on Monday.